What's going on, guys? Crypto Poppy here. Let's get it.
Y ya no saben lo que pasa. El primero es papi. Yeah.
I'm back. What's going on, people? Oh man, I say I'm back because it's been a while, hasn't it? Since I basically had the opportunity to just talk to you and only me in the room, and we're gonna break down where we are in this crypto market, what my feelings are on NBA Top Shot, and what is this crazy stuff I'm doing with NFTs, buying apes and horses and camels and whatever else. So let's get right to this, guys. So first of all, if you're not following me on Twitter, then you may be surprised about some of the things that I'm going to tell you right now. If you are, then none of this is going to come as a surprise. I want to show you Bitcoin. And again, if you're following me on Twitter, you know that when Bitcoin did this, I got very, very bearish. I apologize to you because, you know what? I shouldn't apologize. But I did think that in this bull market, Bitcoin was going to hit 100K. That was my prediction. That prediction has fallen short. Why do I say it's fallen short? Well, because as time goes by, I'm more and more convinced that Bitcoin is unfortunately in a bear market. And every bear market for Bitcoin lasts 3 years. So I have no reason today, according to the charts, to believe that this is any different. Now, let's get this out of the way, people. You know this about me. I'm bullish. I'm always bullish. Short term, well, not short term. Long term, I'm always bullish. However, I don't want to hold a bag in a 3-year bear market that's just going to go down if I firmly believe I am right. And that is not financial advice. I do me, you do you. But that's, I promised myself after holding the last bag for an entire bear market, I promised myself I wasn't going to do it again. And so when I saw this right here, this is a new high on the daily. So this stuff plays out over a long period of time. But this massive fall here, guys, where were you? Do you remember the night that this happened? I remember clearly. I was sitting on Twitter. The first fall made me look and go, hold on, this doesn't happen in a bull market. And I don't care what anybody tells you, we had not seen that kind of correction. Now, the worst thing that happened was when we came back up, Bitcoin made a new high. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not good for Bitcoin. I sold out of Bitcoin. You all know this right around here. To be fair, it was probably more like right around this candle. Really not really, like when I've got that crossover between the 21-day EMA and the 55-day EMA. So there, that's a bad sign, followed by a massive engulfing red candle. I can't remember exactly, but I remember the price was somewhere up there that I sold all of my Bitcoin. And at the time, to be honest with you, it's really impossible to tell whether that's the top or not, but I could definitely tell that we had a big local top. And a local top could have been that we came back here, we retested some lines, and then we went back up again, and that we never crossed the 200-day EMA. Because why is this important? Because guys, even if you don't need to understand the charts. You should understand this. In the history of Bitcoin, we have never been below the 200-day EMA, which is the green line, in a bull market. And that, ladies and gentlemen, signaled the end of the bull market for 2021 for me. Now here there was a possibility that I thought we might bounce. That didn't happen. And unfortunately, Bitcoin has had zero strength from May 8th. That is exactly a month where it has shown zero signs of life and literally like it's dead. And why I say that, look, we flipped short-term EMAs, middle-term EMAs, long-term EMAs. We've flipped them all. And not only have we flipped them, look at this. Look at this. Bitcoin made an attempt here, shots fired. Another here, shots fired. Another here, shots fired, shots fired. And those shots all missed. And when Bitcoin misses too much, you can forget about it. We ain't pumping from here, guys. I'm sorry to tell you that I don't believe we are going to see a bull market. I don't know. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's no way that I can think that this is going to change in 2021 when every bear market in Bitcoin lasts 3 years and we are officially in a bear market. Now, to make things even worse, this line, yellow line, 55-day EMA, if that line crosses the green line, 200-day EMA, do you guys know what this is called? Even if you don't do technical analysis, you may have heard of the death cross. That's right. If that happens, and it looks like it might happen in a couple of days if we keep going in this direction. Heck, it could happen in the next 24 hours if Bitcoin goes whoop, and Bitcoin is like fighting for its life right now. So I am highly concerned about Bitcoin, and so my strategy right now is I'm not rushing to buy back in. Do I think a pump is going to happen? No. If it did, will I feel like I missed out? No. Because, guys, if a pump happens from here, the likeliness is best case scenario, we're going to come up and retest that green line and come back down. Or we're going to come up maybe even high. Hey, guys, this can fool you. This can be like the biggest fake out that anybody experiences is we pump up and we make a new lower high right here like we did here. And we're just going to go back down. So for me, I don't need to take the chance to buy right now. Again, you do you, I do me. I will buy when I see bullishness in the charts, and that's not now. And I will tell you when I'm starting to buy back into Bitcoin. All right, so what about ETH? Well, the thing with ETH is that fundamentally, I think ETH has a chance this year, sometime soon, to actually make a run up. And the biggest reason why is because ETH 2.0 is coming up, and I love the fundamentals of ETH as a, I guess you can call me now an NFT degen and an NFT addict. You know, as someone that's just really big on that, my fundamentals of ETH and the utility that it's providing me, which I will talk to you about, I just think there's a different use case for it. Put on top of that there's going to be some very bullish news coming up. You know, anything related to ETH 2.0, anytime it gets announced, is bullish, considered bullish news that I think we're going to see a run up. Now, right now, this exact second, tell you a little secret, I don't own any ETH other than my trading stash in my MetaMask wallet, which I will talk to you about, that I use basically to accumulate more ETH. Okay, so what does that mean for the rest of the coins? Well, guys, unfortunately, Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin dictates the market. We have never in the existence of crypto seen really much pumpage from anything while Bitcoin is dumping. So in the best case scenario, if Bitcoin actually goes into some consolidation patterns here, and you know, I do think Bitcoin's going lower, guys. I'm sorry to tell you, but right now my target's somewhere around 24. What I have been telling my friends who I've been talking to is that I don't believe Bitcoin will go lower than 20K because that's where the official bull market doors started. And never in the history of Bitcoin have we fallen below the previous bull market doors. So, you know, my thesis is that we're not going below 20, and we're probably going to hit 24 at some point. Now, guys, this is going to take forever to play out, but we're not going to pump up. I don't even think we're going to get up to 58. No way before we see that. So I'm in no rush. I'll wait for it. And as I tell my friends, which is not financial advice, if I see it at 24, I probably would have missed that opportunity because that's as low as I think we will get. And keep in mind, guys, a 3-year bear market is a really, really, really long time. If this ends up playing out this way, it's a really long time. So you don't really need to rush. You're going to get your opportunities. If you're looking to build right now for the next bull market, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's sooner, I would just expect the worst. Why not? Expect that you're buying now for 3 years from now. And if it happens before that, well, then freaking amazing, man. Then you crushed it. All right? But in the meantime, expect the worst and hope for the best. Now, average in, buy your Bitcoin, buy your ETH, buy your Matic, buy your BNB, whatever, buy your Doge, whatever it is that you're bullish on. Take your time, though. Average in. And then over time, someday, not financial advice, you will be rewarded. We'll see how that goes. And let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. What are you doing? Are you accumulating? Are you buying? Are you bullish? Am I wrong? Am I a moron? Do I not understand crypto? Whatever it is you want to tell me, bring it. Let's talk. All right, next, let's talk about NBA Top Shot. Okay, so my strategy is, hopefully you know if you've heard me on this channel before, was as Bitcoin got into what I thought was a death spiral, which so far has played out to be at least a 50% drop, I started averaging out of my crypto and into NBA Top Shot. Very, very bullish. Still am bullish. Very bullish on NBA Top Shot. Funny enough, guys, I'm down the same on my NBA Top Shot account, exactly 50% right now, as I would have been down if I just kept all my Bitcoin. So, not that much has changed, other than I do believe that NFTs and NBA Top Shot are on a completely different cycle than crypto. And so I don't believe I'm in for a 3-year bear market in NBA Top Shot. And so averaging into NBA Top Shot, having massed a great collection that I'm super pumped about, I'm pretty happy with that. And I really, I know a lot of people are upset over the NBA Top Shot bear market. Look, guys, if you got in because I introduced you to it, then I apologize that we've been in this bear market. But again, we'd all just be holding our Bitcoin bag as well. And so maybe I'll be proven right. I hope I am, because I firmly believe that I will be. But I'm really sorry if this doesn't pan out. But my strategy has been sell out of my crypto as I felt like we were getting to the top, start to buy the panic on NBA Top Shot, because I sell FOMO and I buy panic. That's my strategy. And the first time I bought my NBA Top Shot was literally when I went into the Discord and people were crying and panicking. You know that if you've seen this channel. In terms of where the market is at, guys, if you are in NBA Top Shot, then, this was super awesome. We had a nice little pump here, 17%. This all happened on June 3rd. So for 5 days now, we have actually been consistently moving up or consolidating in the NBA Top Shot marketplace. Again, I'm still down 50%. I was down for more than that before this pump. But it's very bullish, guys. That first of all, we had a big drop with the Migos yesterday. Yes, I'm Team Meagle, for those of you that know that. And it was a big drop, and we had no drop in price. First time that I've been in NBA Top Shot where we did not have a massive, massive dumpage on pack day. Not only that, they've already announced that Holo Drop is coming, playoff packs are coming, and the market hasn't dumped yet. Knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen. But so far, this is the most bullish I have been on NBA Top Shot, and the closest that I have seen to what is a potential reversal in market sentiment. I have also been following all these whales that got filthy rich on NBA Top Shot off of no money. I think people put thousands and end up with millions. And been following some of those names, and Flawless Avocado is my best friend. I always watch him, and he's down to 20 moments from hundreds that he's been dumping and dumping and dumping on the market. So we could be seeing what is effectively, we have bought out. Okay, this is the way markets work. We who FOMO'd in, who came in at the wrong time, we have bought out those that got filthy rich. And you know what? If they sell out, good freaking riddance, because our time is going to come next. And then, unfortunately, we're going to have to sell ours, because I buy panic and I sell FOMO. If this thing ever goes up again, I'll be telling you when I start to average out. It's the responsible thing to do. Now, it's hard for me to really get a pulse on the market. And part of it is that the market is dictated, or all of the tools that we have, like evaluate.market that I'm showing you right now, are really showing you what the lowest ask price is, which is very different than any other market I've ever traded in, that I've ever looked at charts in, which actually tells you the price that is being traded at. Somebody's buying, somebody's selling, and the price that a deal is made. Whereas in this case, it's actually just lowest ask price. So what happens is, in a bear market, people undercut each other. And as, Bob undercuts Chris, and Chris undercuts Bob, and Bob undercuts Chris, there actually has never been a sale made until we get really low. And what that causes is panic, because the charts are saying that the value of it is dropping, but in reality, we don't know what the true price is until somebody's willing to pay and somebody's willing to sell. I can't tell you I'm doing technical analysis on this, But what I will say is that, we've had a reversal and we've been into this consolidation period, and that's a good sign. Stability is good. I'm not telling you I expect a pump to the moon. All I'm saying is I would really love to see some stability in the market. I don't care if it's for a month, two, three. I won't be bored. Stability is good. I'm happy with the moments that I have, and I'll just use them and watch them. The other thing I want to tell you about NBA Top Shot that I'm really, really pumped about is one, we've got these hardware devices coming now. And this is why I got really bullish, really, really bullish on NFTs. Because can you imagine that I'm just going to be able to flex? I'm going to flex my collection to my cardboard eating, cardboard collecting friends? That's right. That's all I ever want. I just want to show off my moments on physical devices hanging on my walls and in my pad downstairs. Guys, wait till these devices start to arrive. I've got 2 on the way, and I'm waiting for the wall series one. So the ones that I have coming now are more of this size that you see here. They're more of to display on a table. Well, wait till they arrive. I cannot wait to show you my basement. I will definitely show you my basement. I think you will like it and you'll enjoy it. And it is. I do have collectibles and memorabilia, and we're gonna put it beside all that stuff that you never sell, that you always display. Very different than NFTs. But anyway, rant off. I can't wait for these devices. One of them is called Nifty Displays. They sold out in minutes, and I've got one on the way. The other one is called My Moment. There's actually still some 7 inches available. They had 5 inches, and the 5 inches are sold out. My Moment is one that you can it's battery powered and it charges. So you can actually take it to the stadium, for example. And maybe someday, guys, the actual utility. If you did not hear Roham's office hours, I'll put the link down below. If you're into NBA Top Shot, please listen to this office hours. I'm not going to do it justice. Nobody that's basically tweeted notes on it are going to do it justice. You need to just listen to Roham's voice and listen to what he's saying about the vision for NBA Top Shot. And I firmly believe, and one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on this is that this literally could be the next Ticketmaster. This could be the way that all NBA teams engage with their audience from a ticketing perspective. They might sell you a moment instead of that, crappy little ticket that gets lost on your way to the stadium, and then you start to panic, right? So I think this is the direction we're all going. And so you might buy a moment just to get into the stadium, or you might be in the stadium, and if you have some legendary moment of Kyle Lowry, you might get to go and meet and get an autograph from Kyle Lowry. And so, that's one of the big utilities and big aspects that is coming to NBA Top Shot at some point. And this is not me speculating, guys. This has been hinted over and over and over and over again by Roham. So when this happens, don't tell me this was a fluke and that you didn't hear it. The next one is utility around financial compensation for people that are in and holding in the marketplace. So I've been collecting sets, seeing Star set. I bought the Cool Cat set, which is like, I don't know, it seems to be the gold standard of basically NBA Top Shot. If you want a good set to collect, the Cool Cat set is an amazing one. We already know that we're going to have private access into their Discord channel where utility will be brought. Maybe we'll meet NBA players, whatever it is. But, think of that as an exclusive group of people, and your token and your ticket to belong to that exclusive group of people is basically to own the Cool Cat set. So I'm bullish as hell on it. And I actually spent $1,500 on it, and it's at like $3,000. The first thing I've ever made money on in NBA Top Shot was predicting that the Cool Cat set was actually going to be the gold standard. I went bananas and bought it in one night. There's like 30 moments. Bought them all in one night, and they literally mooned the next day. So very, very happy with that. And that was the day, after the Cool Cats was released. So I didn't finish the set. I bought it after the final Cool Cats LaMelo Ball was released. All right. What else? The other thing is financial incentives for holding. With NBA Top Shot, right? Like, one of the problems of why we went down so hard in hindsight is because, well, we went up so fast and so hard and we didn't get to experience that. But man, when you look at the numbers, people were up 1,000x. Like, just some stupid numbers that you can't wrap your head around. People will put $84 in and we're hundreds of thousands in profit. And what goes up must come down unless Because today, without utility and financial incentive, then all they really are is just a bunch of moments. And so when it's really easy to sell them, who isn't going to sell them for profit? And so the other piece of utility Roham's talked about is financial compensation, such as there's this thing that those of us that have spent money in the marketplace net. Okay, if you spent money and you sold for profits, well, you got your profits. But if you're like me, who's been buying the dip all the way from February 28th when I got in, I've spent a lot of money in the marketplace and I am down. And we're hearing that we're going to potentially get all of those marketplace fees back. That 5% fee that they charge for you to sell a moment, we're going to get that money. And so I may get 5% back of what I spent. That would be incredible. Other ways that they're going to add utility from a financial perspective that Roham has hinted to is we're talking about potentially staking moments on the Flow blockchain for potentially Flow token rewards. How exciting would that be? And so there's going to be ways. I am convinced, guys, and this is not financial advice, of course, but I've heard enough to know that I really think that NBA Top Shot intends well, Dapper intends well, and that they're going to reward those of us who have held, and that, you know, the longer we hold, hopefully the more that the financial incentives come to us, and, you know, hopefully someday, guys, I get back into the green. Of course, I would love nothing more than that, and we can celebrate here together. Is this a good time to get into NBA Top Shot? As long as you don't take this with financial advice, then why would I say no? I bought 60-70% higher than what the prices are at now. I have bought all the way down. I bought moments today, actually. I bought moments today. I bought moments yesterday. I plan to buy moments tomorrow. I've got my eye on one of those Migos, Kevin Durant. What an absolutely sick moment. This moment is so sick. Just watch that. Oh, like, this is a team play, guys. Look at this. This is like Harlem Globetrotters. And I got my eye on this moment. I priced this moment at $1,000 is where I thought it was going to drop to based on every other pack drop that we've had. And this moment ain't budging, guys. This has been at this price since it was released. The lowest I saw was some panic sell at 1,600 that somebody else sniped. And it's been hovering at this price. So, I'm still buying, guys. Again, you do you, I do me. Not financial advice. All right, so last but not least in any way, because it is what I'm literally the most bullish on right now and having the most fun with, is NFTs. So let's talk about, first of all, why am I bullish on the space? Well, one is I see it as a really good way to accumulate more ETH. Most NFTs that I deal with trade in ETH. Sure, there's Hen and there's Tezos, and there's other NFTs, especially the art-based stuff, that trade on other things, but most of, other currencies, but most of what I trade in is basically in the Ethereum world. And this is one of the things that makes me extremely bullish on Ethereum. So I use all of these NFT drops and investments as a way to accumulate more Ethereum. Quite frankly, guys, I think it's a very good way to accumulate Ethereum in a bear market when we might not expect Ethereum to do much over the next while. And my only goal right now is accumulate more for whenever we do get that pumpage. And it's so fun, man. And it's like, I'm living in the metaverse, guys. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I bought. And I have a vision for, I don't know if you guys have seen Ready Player One, the movie, but my wife put it on for me because she sees that I'm living in the metaverse. And it is a sick movie with pretty much the exact same vision I have for where this is going. And I didn't even know the movie existed. So what are all us crazy people doing right now? Buying gifts and pictures of apes and land and camels and all this stuff. What are we doing? Well, we firmly believe, I firmly believe, that he, or them who control the virtual world in the future will control the physical world. You might think I'm freaking bananas right now, pun intended. You might think I'm crazy. I know, guys. I think I'm crazy too, but I really do believe this. And if you start to see the economy that is being created right now, where people are buying land leasing land, creating experiences on land, creating games for people to come and play in and represent themselves with an online identity and an avatar that looks like an ape. And that now we are seeing cases where people are literally starting to do business together that would have never met otherwise. And crypto allows these people to do business together in a trustless fashion. Can you imagine? For example, one of the things I'm part of is a DAO. And a DAO is basically a decentralized way for a bunch of people to come in, own an asset, and not have to trust each other. We basically just take votes on what we want to happen with the future of whatever platform we're invested in, and majorities wins. And, as long as you're okay with that, your opinion's not the only one that matters, then you know what? You'll get access to maybe purchasing things like CryptoPunks. Like now I own, assets in CryptoPunks through Punks Comics. Those comics haven't sold out yet, so we still got to get through the process of selling out the comics, and then I guess they'll divide what percentage of ownership everybody has, and we own partial rights to those CryptoPunks. That should be interesting, right? So the idea, guys, is that all of this stuff is going on in the metaverse, and I do believe businesses and people and families will start to move towards the metaverse and represent themselves there. I look at my girls who play Roblox every day, and they look at my apes and they look at my characters that I buy, and they just get it, guys. Like, it's very, very easy for them to look and go, oh, what's the rarity on that Voxodose that you bought? And, oh, that's awesome. You got a rare? Oh, but look at that legendary. Daddy, can you buy me the legendary? Guys, this is like the way that children are going to migrate into social media. It's not going to be Facebook unless Facebook does something similar. It's not going to be Snapchat. Why? Because you know what I'm noticing about my kids? They don't play Roblox by themselves. They play Roblox on their tablet while they're talking to their friends together, interacting socially with their friends in the virtual world, building houses for each other, visiting each other's houses, trading pets with each other. And this is what NFTs is all about, but adults are playing in this space. And so I am starting to mass a collection of what I feel is going to set my kids up for success in the future. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Because at any point, if all of this goes to zero, I'm okay. It would suck. Of course, I'm not telling you I haven't put myself in a position where, who wants to lose that kind of money? That would suck. But at the end of the day, I believe in it and I have conviction, and therefore it's a risk that I'm willing to take because I know that if none of this works out, I'll be okay. So, what are my favorite NFTs right now? And if I was you and you have not gone into any NFTs and you're curious about this, what are my recommendations on what you should do? First of all, we just got to start with the story of the apes. So let's call them MetaMask-based NFTs because that's what I call them. And so the apes were launched, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember the day. But when the apes were launched, and this is the way many of the NFTs launch, the good ones. So one of the things to look out for if you're buying into an NFT drop is, do they have their own website? And is the launch basically, do I get to mint, mint meaning create, 10 apes, and then I'm going to get apes assigned to me, randomly distributed, and I may get some legendaries, I may get some rares, I may get some commons. Think of it as a raffle ticket, as an opportunity to mint a bunch of apes and have the same shot. Depending on how many you buy, you can have an even better shot than anybody else around you. So it's actually a way to get in regardless of the funds that you have. And, if you can only afford one, buy one. And then, maybe you get lucky and you get the legendary one. And guys, we had rare, like super rare ape. 2 of them now sell for over 100,000 American dollars. And we bought those apes, all of us, at 0.08 ETH. I can't remember what the price of ETH was at that time, but you can assume maybe it was under $1,000, I think, that we paid. And some people sold their apes for over $100,000 1 week later. Yeah, that's what's going on in the NFT space. While Bitcoin's dumping, that's the fun I've been having. Now, I only minted 1 ape. As with most other people, it moved so fast. I minted 1 ape. I went upstairs. I went to bed. I woke up in the morning. I was going to mint more. They're all gone. Everybody had this experience. We all regretted it. So, whatever. I bought a bunch in the resale market. I own 5 apes now. And, the last time that I saw the apes today, we went all the way up to almost 2 ETH floor price. We paid 0.08 and we were up at, oh my god, we're up again, and we were up at almost 2 ETH. We went down to 1.5. I thought about buying another one and I didn't, and now we're up to 1.72. And I really feel like this market is just getting started. That's not financial advice. So if I were you and you want to get into the apes and you feel like you missed out, I would look for a good entry point, especially like 1.5. We haven't seen it lower than that in quite a while. Well, I say quite a while, guys. Like, it's probably like 4 days, 3 days. It's just, this stuff moves so fast. It feels like it was quite a while ago. Guys, the apes are community. The apes are creating an economy. They're creating a family. They're creating a space where people come together. And, they try and basically take over the metaverse together and the physical world. And, we've got a Toronto meetup going on very soon at some point when COVID's over. We'll start to meet people in person, and we got people from all walks of life, and that presents opportunity. And so at the end of the day, what is an ape? Guys, an ape is information. And what is information? Information is power. And so right now, all of the information in the NFT space is flowing through the apes. Do you know how many people right now that have launched projects, such as LaMelo Ball and his NFT? What did he do? He went and bought an ape. Gary Vee buying apes. I'm pretty sure Mark Cuban owns apes. I'm pretty sure he owns 2 or 3 or something like that. So, and then LaMelo Ball bought apes, and then 2 more NBA players went and bought apes. Josh Hart being the first one to change his Twitter pic to an ape. And so, guys, we are part of a community of people that we could have never imagined that we would have interacted with. And that presents opportunity, and that presents the ability to have information potentially before anybody else does. We've had many projects airdrop things to the apes, like Ape Token, which we didn't receive yet, but it's coming. Bananas that have been airdropped, exclusive rights to a project before anybody else gets to buy in is coming. So, guys, that's what this is. Imagine belonging to a corporation that basically has many diverse people from all walks of life coming together and essentially starting to use that. And so that's why I love the apes. Not the guys, it's not a picture that I'm buying that I use on Twitter. That's just for jokes. This is a token that I believe will set me up better for the future. So we're 5 of us in this family, and we own 5 apes, and I don't really care what the price of the apes are because I'm not selling them anytime soon, and I will hodl them until whatever I decide. If I flip them, which I flipped lots of apes, it's for profit, and it's so that I can just buy back another ape. All right? Now, that's the apes. What other projects am I in that I'm really big on? I'm going to tell you another one that I'm really big on that I feel like this is actually an undiscovered project, and that is the Djeenees project. And so, first of all, what attracted me to this project was the art. I kind of look at these guys and they just mesmerize me. I actually will have the founder of Djeenees on this channel very soon. We're going to talk about what his experience is with art, why he's so damn good at this stuff, why he created this, and you'll get to meet him soon. But, why I'm big on it is, well, again, first of all, was the art, but second of all, so the way the Djeenees work is there's 150 Djeenees that are basically going to be released, and I think we're at 135. I bought one of the last ones on the last drop, and we are all essentially right now. This is such a cool way to release a project, very different than the apes where you mint and then you get randomly assigned apes. This project, they get released over time, and we have to figure out, based on their looks and their traits, which ones we think are legendary and rare and common. And we can start trading them and buying them now. And some of them basically, it's difficult to tell, right? Like, this is Dingaling's. He created this for Dingaling. And it's difficult to tell, like what would make one of these rare. And it's a little bit of like a game that you play, trying to figure out and speculate, what should I buy, what should I sell. And sometimes, some of the best aesthetics looking ones doesn't mean they're going to be rare or legendary. I think this goes deeper. And so, actually, this is one that I own just to show you some of the returns you can get. I bought, you can see right here in the blockchain, I bought this guy uh, during the drop. Um, laser eyes, Bitcoin, and all that stuff. I love anything laser eyes. And that usually in the NFT space is a good thing, but I bought it for 0.32 ETH, and I sold it for 0.79 ETH. And I've had a lot of success flipping NFTs. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a rare thing or not, but I've kind of learned one thing that I want to share with you about NFTs is that when you get an offer you can't refuse, you take the offer. I'll give you another example of another NFT that I'm big on, purely for the art. And now I'm sold out of them. I've had a number of them, 4 or 5 of them. And I keep putting them at a price where I literally say, okay, well, either I'm flipping them intentionally, and so I buy something much lower than the floor and I sell it at floor price. Oh, here's my AI. I'm getting bad feelings about selling this, by the way. I really like this, but you know what? Again, I've been holding it for a while. I got a 5x offer on it. Look at that. I mean, I bought it for 0.1. I sold it for 0.5. I feel like it was kind of a no-brainer to let it go. And I don't think that dude that bought it off me is ever selling for less than an ETH. So good on him. And, I sold it for 0.5, take my profits, and then I'll just look around and see if there's another one that I like. I mean, of course, who doesn't like the LeBron? That's probably the biggest one on the platform. It sold for 2.9 ETH. And the Shaq, it sold for 1.2. So mine is, this is in order of the biggest sales on the platform. Mine is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th biggest sale on the platform. So I'm pumped about that. So the other thing that I'm buying is land. And my God, am I bullish on land. So there's a few lands right now on the market. There's Sandbox, there's Decentraland, and there's another one. I can't remember the name that was recommended to me that I haven't done any research on, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But I'm so bullish on the Sandbox. First of all, this is all pre-release. They're releasing land from here, I think, beyond into 2022. They're releasing land. And I've just kind of been keeping an eye out on, as in with the real world, what's important is location, location, location. So I've been very patient with land because land is actually not something that fluctuates up and down very much. So there's no rush to actually buy land other than the damn apes again, started buying up all this land. I'll show you in a second. But I am super bullish on land because you're going to be able to rent and lease your land. In the future, you can create an experience. You can hire someone to create an experience. And you, inside this world, we've seen lots of videos of it. It's going to look like Roblox for adults, basically. But imagine all these friends I'm meeting right now. We're going to be able to go to the metaverse, hang out there, me represented by my ape, for example, and, Julia, who has an ape, and my kids who have apes, we might be able to catch a movie together with some friends who live in Germany, and after that we might bring them over to our house and show them my museum of beautiful art that I've been collecting for many years, and then we can go play a game at the Atari Casino. We can go race horses. I mean, man, there's so much that we can do in this metaverse. This metaverse is going to bring us all together, and right now, those of us who are really involved in this space are just amassing a collection for when this becomes real. And, some of my assets I will sell, some of them I will play with, some I will monetize. Who knows what's going to happen? So that's one piece of land that I bought. It's a premium lot, and any land that borders a big piece of land, like a big estate, as they call them, is a premium lot. And it's premium because, look, I mean, guys, I was very patient. I've been looking at land for a month, and I finally just bought land. Look at it. It's smack in the middle of the map, right at the corner of a big attraction. I don't know what they're going to build there, but it's right in the middle of the map, so it ain't going to be some crappy attraction. And what does that mean? That I'm going to have an insane amount of foot traffic when people are actually walking around in this world. And then the other piece of land that I bought is right here. And now this land here, guys, has become super expensive. There's a lot of FOMO around this piece of land. And the reason is because of the apes. The apes went and bought a big piece of land. They're already talking about they're going to have some beach hut and bar, and you'll get to go there and hang out with the apes. Now, again, why do I think the apes are so powerful? Because you're only going to be able to get in if you own an ape, authenticate it to your wallet, and now you're part of an exclusive group where you can go and do business with people. You can hang out socially with people. You can play games with people. You can do nothing if you want. If you're having a bad day, go talk to an ape and they'll make you feel good. There's a lot of apes that are out there that are super positive. And so, you know, I bought land, again, very, very patient. Guys, this land over here is going for 2 ETH, 3 ETH, 4 ETH, 5 ETH is what people are charging to be close to the apes. This right here is Dingaling. Now, I don't know what Dingaling's going to do with his land, so I wasn't about to pay 3, 4, 2 ETH, because at the end of the day, literally, Dingaling's an investor as far as we know, not a creator. And so, you know, who knows what's going to go on that land. It's probably going to get leased to someone that creates an experience, and we don't know what that experience is going to be. I encourage the apes to maybe migrate to the big piece of land. Maybe they will. But I was very, very patient, and one day, floor price, one day, like 4 days ago, floor price, this one popped up. And I don't think anybody noticed it because it's part of an old estate. And so I think most people thought that you had to buy this entire thing. I thought you did, so I went into the Discords and asked. And then they told me, oh, the map hasn't caught up. By the way, I didn't point them to this one. I pointed them to another one because I didn't want anybody to buy it as soon as I saw it. And the map hasn't caught up, so this will become individual one-by-one pieces of land. This was an estate that the person is basically divesting of into pieces. And I caught it. And guys, again, I really think I have 2 incredible pieces of land in the middle of where all of the action is. And I'm not letting go of these. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. If I don't create anything, then I'll just lease them out because I think these are going to be highly desirable. Maybe in 2022. This is going to be a long haul, guys. Land is a long haul. You're not flipping land for money right now, okay? Unless you get it at the drop. But land sold out in like 30 seconds. I was there maybe 30 seconds late, I think, and out, gone. All of this land was gone. So expect the drops to be super competitive, very, very difficult to actually land one. Pun intended. And at the end of the day, guys, these are going for like 0.35 ETH, which relative to what you're getting, I think is amazing value if you understand that this is the long game with this. It's like buy land now, like in real life, that basically imagine buying land somewhere where you think someday some developer is going to build on. That's what I'm doing in the metaverse. Buying now, and maybe it's in 10 years that I decide to sell it. But I ain't going to be anytime soon. Nobody's going to pry this land away from me, and I'll probably buy more land. For example, if any of my neighbors come up for sale, you know I'll be buying them, right? Okay, so that's land. Probably one of the things that I'm the most bullish on over the long term, not where you're going to make a quick buck. So I don't think I need to tell you, if you've seen this channel, that I'm ultra bullish on Zed Run and the horses. And I've done 2 videos with Lord Truffington on Zed itself. I've got a Zed for Newbies video that you should definitely go watch if you're interested in the horses. It's a given. I need to tell you that the drop is coming on Friday or Thursday or Friday. Oh dear, I can't remember. Thursday or Friday. And that to me is one of the surefire ways to get involved into NFTs, because the last drop netted, you know, a 10x on most of the horses that I bought. And if you want to get into NFTs, I highly recommend that you go check that out. And I might do a video tomorrow on Zed for the drop. I'm not sure. I got a crazy schedule right now. So anyway, I did buy, you know, I flipped most of my horses. I kept Alano, who's my big time horse that hopefully you'll see in the other video. I bought a ultra rare coat. You know, if I flip him here, awesome, he sells. If not, then I keep him and I breed him whenever they open breeding, because ultra rare coats are desirable. For bonsai trees, I love these bonsai trees from a aesthetics perspective. I'm not really sure what the project is doing in terms of utility. They had talked about creating a water token that you would be able to water your trees, and I imagine that they would get stronger and rarer the more tokens that you burn. But it looks like they might not be doing that anymore. So, look, here's what I did, and my approach to many NFTs is as a way to protect myself. I bought 10 bonsais, and I've now sold all but two. I actually sold one I didn't intend to sell. Again, put it at a price that I didn't think was going to sell, way above asking for any other one of those kinds of trees, and it sold. And that sucks because I wanted to keep that one. Because by the time I sold literally three trees out of the 10, I was back into literally profits with just 3 out of 10 trees. And so I sold some more to take some more profit, and then I'm gonna keep these. And this one's on the market super high, like double what anybody should pay for it. So if it sells, then I'll just buy another one because nobody should buy that for zero point 0.2. And this one's not on the market. I'm not selling my golden tree, baby. Golden tree with this pink maple leaves, with the mantis. I love this one. So if I'm gonna keep one for aesthetics for my metaverse world, for my house, the entrance or something, it's that one. And I just think it's a smart thing to do with NFTs. Guys, I could go on and on about projects, but the last thing I want to talk to you about is how to invest in a project and what to look out for. And one of the lessons that I've learned is to trust your gut and to effectively, if something smells fishy, then trust your gut. And it's, if you've invested in a project and you think things might go sideways and you might be down, just get out, because so many of these projects are successful that taking an L on one project isn't a big deal. And I was so bullish on these eggs because I just love the look of them and I love the utility that they bring to the table. If you don't know, these eggs are actually wallets that are going to carry all of my NFTs in the metaverse from place to place. And so there was utility, there's artistic pleasure there that I get from it, and these monsters that came out. At the end of the day, guys, this is a project that went really south. The founders are gone. The developers stole the money. We don't even know what the story is, but I can tell you this: the community now has actually taken over the project, and this is, again, very different than some shit token that dies. Because we have our NFTs, we can choose to do anything else that we want. And so the community's taken over the projects. We did find the founder. We, as in the community, found the founder. He did pay some money back, and things are back on track. I actually started to think Apimon eggs are going to be the Dogecoin of crypto, where, these things, the story behind Apimon and the rug pull, as they call it, could become a real story. They've redesigned these monsters, by the way, which nobody was happy with when they released them. That was just crap. And so they've got some really cool looking monsters now. But, it's just one of those projects where, hey, if I just keep my eggs for life, then I will. I don't care. It's the only L that I have literally taken in the NFT space so far that I feel like I'm in danger of never getting back. So, whatever. But anyways, how to invest in an NFT. Last thing I'll say. Guys, if you're not willing to be involved on Twitter, and you are not willing to be involved on Discord, if you don't even know what Discord is, and you're not willing to install Discord, then do not get involved in NFTs. Because information is power. And the only way to know what to invest in, what's hot, who's investing in what's the community behind it, who are the founders, are to be heavily involved in Twitter and Discord. Anything else, don't do it. That's my recommendation. And if you're not willing to install a MetaMask wallet, well, you're not going anywhere without a MetaMask wallet in the metaverse. So, what do I look for? First thing I look for is, who are the founders? What projects have they done in the past? Have they had any successful projects? And, that probably should have been one sign with Apimon, that we don't even know who the founder is, because he's never shown up on screen. That's another thing. I don't love it when a team is anonymous. I get suspicious. That's when my antennas go up. Why are you anonymous? Another sign that I missed. What's worse is, in hindsight, I went and checked Archie's account, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but he created his Discord account in March. Suspect, right? Like, you're telling me you're in the NFT space, but you weren't actively in the NFT space? Now, there could be a valid reason that they're protecting their identity, and they created an identity just for the Apimon eggs, and that they don't mean harm, but still, that's maybe something you shouldn't trust. The other thing to look at is who's investing in the NFT. There's some big whales out there, Dingaling, Pranksy ways, just people, I don't even know ways as a whale, but people that have been around for a really long time in the space, 2 3 years, guys. And so, you know, I hate to say it, but you got to trust them a little bit more than you when you're new to the game and you don't know what you're looking for. So the danger is that they control a huge part of the supply, because when they go in, they don't go in small. I mean, Pranksy's been selling apes all the way from point 0.2, 0.08, I'm sure, all the way to ETH. I bought apes off of Pranksy. That's how he must have minted 1,000 apes. So that's the only catch there, is these whales have to take their profit, and when they control a large part of the supply, it's give and take. Like Dingaling hasn't sold anything, so when he takes supply off the market, he actually literally takes supply off the market, which is really good. Pranksy, on the other hand, when he's involved, you know he's going to dump on you. So if you're getting involved, be prepared that you got to sell whenever he's selling. So, but anyway, there's a lot more than that, guys. At the end of the day, go into the Discord, find out who's active in the community. If they're minting, 10,000 of an NFT and there's 3,000 people in the community, that is very, very bullish, because you're usually going to get people that mint more than one. Like, most of these NFTs are still controlled by the top 10%, as with almost anything else in life, Bitcoin, NBA Top Shot, anything that I know of. I'm sure stocks is the same thing. So look for that. Look for who's not someone that you want to be part of a community with. If you've seen bad actors in the past or recommend crap stuff and they're involved again, that might be a sign for you to get out. Look for artistic value, yes, but it's not number one. Look for utility. Look for financial incentive and utility. What is the NFT that is basically going to allow me to potentially, for me, the ideal NFT is an NFT that gets me my money back soon after the presale is done. However long the presale lasts. After the presale is done, I want my money back. As an investor, I want my money back. And at that point, well, I want just my money back that I paid. And at that point, like the trees, I could have kept 7 trees and sold 3, got my money back, and kept 7 and let them ride. It's like going to the casino with $20. You put it in. If you win and you double your money, you take the 20, you put it in your pocket, you play with the other 20, and you let it ride. That's what I do in casinos. That's what I do in NFTs. And no, you're not dealing with a casino here, because I really do believe if you do your research, you'll have an advantage. And so look for financial incentives for people to hold. Look for, NFTs that give money back to people for holding, so they're not dumping on you. Look for community-based NFTs where you see just a really strong base and a strong community. And sometimes, guys, I'm going to admit, I buy the FOMO and I buy the hype without doing my research. And, well, that was bonsai trees. I did zero research. I saw the hype on Twitter, and I said, everybody's minting bonsai trees. I'm going to mint some bonsai trees, and it worked out. So sometimes doing all your research doesn't actually work out. That's the last thing I'll say about that, guys. This is a long video. Man, look, I appreciate you guys listening in. Thank you. Like, we have so many more viewers than we did in January. And I plan to, guys, we're going to talk crypto. We're going to talk Top Shot. We're going to talk NFTs on this channel. I will definitely do way more videos that are focused and smaller in nature. But I felt like we just had so much to catch up on that there was no way that I wasn't going to do this video at some point soon with everything that's going on. So if you're new to the space, you're interested in getting into crypto, you're interested in getting into NFTs, you're interested in getting into Top Shot, and you haven't already, get on Twitter with me at CryptoPoppy10. Subscribe here. Hit me up in the comments. I try to answer everything that I can. I appreciate the community. I do giveaways whenever I can. Guys, I've done a lot of giveaways. I've given away a couple LeBron no-look threes, okay? And if you think that is good, wait till I see a bull market in NBA Top Shot. If you're here with me and we do a bull market together, you have no idea how generous I am, okay? So stick with me. I appreciate you all. Thank you for stopping by. Love you all. Check it out. Peace.